Hello everybody, I'm Trina, I'll be your instructor for this evening. I did in one last time. I'm going to talk about Sheephaven Bay today because it's where I sort of spend a lot of my free time in the summer with friends and family. And it's located between Downings and Creasla, if anybody knows where they are. So if you drew a line from Downings to Creasla, the water in between would be Sheephaven Bay. And it's quite special. It's well, I suppose a bit of background about it. Cuain na Gora is a broad, shallow inlet in the north of Donegal. Downings, Carryart, Creasla, Marble Hill, and Dunfanaghy and Ards Forest Park would be the main towns and attractions that would lay around the whole bay. And Ards Friary is the main religious centre in the bay, and it's surrounded by a beautiful seaside and pretty gnarly cliffs. If anybody's into cliff jumping and generally maiming yourself on a regular basis, it's the place to go. Paul's laptop swallowed the picture that I had of the friary itself, so I don't have anything to show you for it, but basically in the 1600s the Ulster plantation took place, like 1611 I think. The English came over and decided, right, Donegal is definitely a part of us, and through Turlough O'Brien they gave him the land that now encompasses the friary and forest, and this was in exchange for his loyalty to the Queen. So moving down then through the 1700s, it came into the possession of the Ray family, who then sold it to the Stuart Bands, as they eventually became known as. And in 1939, what's now known as Colcha owns the land that the forest is on, and the Franciscan monks owned what used to be the mansion house, is now the church, the coffee dock, the statue, the everything, and including the pier that's situated down at the bottom. So you kind of think, why would you go there if it's just religious reasons or whatever? But there's absolutely loads to do in the area. Creasla is the nearest town, and many of the locals through the summer and all year round, because it's so sheltered and quite peaceful, they enjoy fishing, and it's almost tropical. It's that pretty. The water's clear, it's blue. The sun really catches the light really well, and there's loads of forest land and woodland and farmland to walk through and step in the pool all you want. Serene views from every possible spot in the whole of Ards Forest Park and the Friary, but bit of advice, don't read the map that Ards Forest and Colcha have let out, because it's not correct. You'll get lost for about 4 hours just trying to find the car park. And there's loads of walks. This is the main beach here, down at the bottom of the Friary, and the pier leading out. And these are just some of the, can't see how pretty they are there, but they're really green and lush. The water's really blue, and it's like a little nanoclimate almost all by itself, because it's always either really, really stormy and beautiful, or really, really quiet and tranquil and beautiful. So it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's good for surfing. It's a very specific spot. It needs a really strong west or northwest swell and really opposing winds in order for it to pick up, because the bay is quite sheltered. But when it's going, it's really, really an awesome place to surf, and the wave can be knee-high, and it can reach up to double overhead when you're on springs. The forest, as it's owned now by Colcha, it's not really a mountain biking trail, but pretty much everybody that mountain bikes goes there. It's just a shame that there's nowhere legal for us to have fun. The retreat centre and the conference centre at the Ards Friary is great for relaxation and meditation, and they run loads of workshops, both for clergy, lay people and civilians alike, I suppose. It caters for absolutely every need. People with disabilities, people with learning disabilities, people with a mad rush to just, go crazy and experience. There is absolutely everything to be done here, but there's no advertisement for it. So north of Ards is Dunfanaghy, and it would be the main northerly surfing towns up around the Sheephaven area. Across the bay is Downings, which is infamous for its golf and its sailing, and there's some really nice hotels and spas there as well, great for weekends away and things like that. The Forest Park, as I mentioned before, is great for mountain biking and hill walking and orienteering, if some of you are into that. And they all have a pier in common. So if you go to Downings, there's a pier in Dunfanaghy, there's a pier in Ards Forest Park. And it's a really, really lovely, lovely place to go and just go pier jumping as well, if you do like it. The opportunities for growth in tourism, especially in this part of Donegal, because it's so well hidden and unknown, are absolutely huge. But there's just very little cooperation between the main tourist bodies in this area and the locals and the business people. So it's really easily accessible. The infrastructure to get there is amazing. The roads actually are pretty good now. They used to be basically one big pothole, but you're able to get there now. And it's disadvantaged because of the lack of cooperation between all the different bodies. So my idea sort of for the key to the future success of tourism in the area would be to set up a land-based company that works mainly in adventure sports, mainly land adventure sports. If Culture would donate a very small amount of land to set up an outdoor area for land adventure sports would be amazing. You could utilise the pier at the Friary and in Dunfanaghy and in Downings, and you can set up a sort of a cross-bay all-round package, liaise with various hotels and incorporate overnight packages, spa packages, adventure packages, couples weekends, golfing weekends, hen weekends, whatever you want, and make it possible and accessible for everybody to go. There is conveniently a surf school and surf shop owned by Donald Craig and George Kelly. They're set up in Dunfanaghy and in Downings. So they're there already, and they liaise with each other for sailing, surfing, windsurfing, kayaking, pier jumping, cliff jumping, everything to do with water. They have it covered, but there's no cross-bay sort of accessibility set up. There's no rib boat, there's no ferry, there's no anything. So like similar to Buncrana and Rathmullen, there should be, I think, something set up to make it better for tourists to travel there, because it's quite a long way around by road. It can only take you about an hour if you were taking in the scenic route. So I don't know why it hasn't been thought up of before. Maybe it has and there's been no cooperation, but I'm sure everybody in the room has an idea of their own area, wherever they come from, Dublin, Wicklow, because it's great. Wherever you're from, I'm sure everybody has the same sort of story. So, because we're here and we're doing the phosphorus, I think it would be interesting if we all sort of had an idea to do something like this to improve the tourism in Ireland. Local communities, sportsmen and women like Richie Fitzgerald in the town here, they could step in and help out instead of putting up a marina, just leave the peak alone and let us have fun sort of thing. And while I'm here, I suppose one last thank you to everybody, mainly to Foss for running the course and having the idea to put it forward, and everybody at DAC, that's Niamh and Ken especially, who's put up with a lot of stuff from everybody, through colds and broken fingers and broken toes and bad elbows and concussions and everything. To Kyle and Killian as well for their patience and perseverance, because there's been a lot of people in this group and we're all very different, and for them to make it a good experience for us was really quite an achievement. And to Trish and Kira, wherever she's gone, for all their hard work in the office. I don't think anything would have run as smoothly without them. And to everybody here as well for coming to the course. It has been an experience. So thank you.
I was